Good morning, guys. Unfrequented world out at the trail cams, and I've just reached the second camera today. I've moved them out onto property out of town, and they've been out here a month. I haven't been the most diligent in checking them, so I don't know what's on here. I'm pretty sure all three of the batteries, the cameras are dead. I'm going to leave one camera here, put new batteries in, and take the other two home and thaw them out, and we'll check out all the footage. I got to the first camera this morning and it was the browning, and right over top of the lens, little icicles had formed and dripped right down in front of the lens. So it's been out of commission for a while, and I talked to you guys about that before, the design of that camera, where I said it needs a little bit more of a cover, a hood over the lens. Well, I'll show you guys the Bushnell, the new Bushnell, and it's a little different here what's happened, but the same kind of thing. Nothing directly over the lens, but I'll show you the camera. So there is the Bushnell. So even with the camera, which has the nice little hood over top to keep stuff out from the lens, if you get enough snow and enough wet stuff that melts, we've got a nice arch over top, which is, I'm sure, blocking some of the view of the camera anyway. So even with a good design, guys, winter conditions, that's what you get. So something else to keep in mind, guys, I was going to leave one camera in the field today, and it was going to be the Browning. But when I got there and got everything unlocked, and I realized to get to the batteries, I would have had to remove the whole set from the tree, because there's an eject button, and where the tripod mount on the bottom is, that's where the whole bottom drops out and the batteries are in it. Well, to leave that camera there and change the batteries, I would have had to remove the whole thing, and I thought, if I'm going to do that, I might as well just switch cameras and come over here to the Bushnell, where I can access all the batteries and the SD card without having to take it off the tree. I've never run into this before, because usually I take them back home and thaw them out and put new batteries and charge and everything at the house. This time I'm not doing that. So if you're a kind of guy who wants to leave your camera on the tree and never pull it off all the time, the Bushnell is much easier to get to your batteries and SD card. There we go, a nice ham bone. That should lure in the fox or something. Hey guys, we've had to make a trip back to the trail cam because I'm with my friend Jen, the wild yam.
Hello.
And she's showing me the error of my ways, which is don't just throw the ham bone out, because the first animal that comes along is going to drag it away, which I never thought of, but it happens all the time. Let's wire that sucker down and see what we can get coming in to play with it and feeding. So that's what we're going to do.
This axe is heavy.
So I brought a little helper too. She's carrying all the heavy stuff. Against the tree. Right here, right like that, okay? Just until we get the straps on it.
This is an old tree.
There's fox trap right there. Should be good. So we'll take this stake we've got here and we'll drive it down 8-9 inches, and we'll wire the ham onto that.
Ground's a little frozen. Alright, so we're just going to wire this on because this is pretty easy for anything to kind of pick off and drag away from the camera. So you want to kind of keep it around for a little while so that you can see what's going on. Just going to kind of use a bit of this wire with not heavy gauge, but just enough that, you know, slow them down a little bit. You'll probably want to pick all the meat off of this. And okay, enough twists there. And then
If we come back and that steel rod is gone, we know we have a problem.
yeah, metal detector to go find it, right? Yeah, so I'm just sort of putting it through the hip bone right here. It's a good spot to kind of, you know, hang on to it. And then we're just going to kind of go around a couple times. Just a few twists. I mean, it's in the ground pretty good. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, but yeah, it's good. Loosen up a bit. So now it has a bit of a radius like that. So animal will be kind of anywhere in this area, so you just want to make sure your trail cams are set up in the right, facing the right direction, obviously.
And for the love of God, people, remember, turn your cameras on. Now that that's done, we can go for a nature walk.
What? No ham for lunch? I'm kind of hungry now.
So I can't believe it today. It's April the 8th, and look at the snow we have. We just got a foot the other day, and we now have more snow in the bush than we did in January. It's crazy. I even brought bait for the lynx today, but that didn't lure them out either, so. You having a good hike? Did you see any lynx? Too bad, eh? Break time. Yeah, we just had a pretty good walk here around the 80-acre trail, and seen quite a few spots like behind me here where the porcupines are eating. There's another branch even behind that. The whole thing is cleared out, so lots of rabbit sign, some fox tracks, no lynx sign that I could see, and too much fresh snow for my liking, so we're on our way out.